and welcome to a Very VHS Christmas. About a week ago, I wrote Santa a letter and I said that all I wanted for Christmas were some really awesome VHS tapes. And he got my letter. So let's see what Santa has brought us. First up, sounds like something gory. Let's see. We have for our first tape, we have Wes Craven's Deadly Friend.
If you found a friend in fear, then we have a friend for you.
Hi. And it says on here, mature. Joe Bob Briggs says, 3.5 stars, a Breakfast Club version of Bride of Frankenstein. This one's every bit as disgusting as Elm Street. If you enjoy being really scared, if you're not afraid of the unknown, if you found a friend in terror, then we have a friend for you. From Wes Craven, the director who unleashed Freddy in A Nightmare on Elm Street and who brought popcorn-spilling shockers like Last House on the Left and Deadly Blessing to the screen, now brings you his scariest fright fest yet, Deadly Friend. In a violent vendetta of grisly gore, Craven uses his famed trademarks in terror to lace Deadly Friend with flat-out, blood-curdling fright. He also combines fear with fun. Deadly Friend is a witty ghoul story. It deliberately teeters on the edge of spoof, says the New York Times. At the story's center is 15-year-old Paul Conway, Matthew Laberto of Little House on the Prairie, a scientific whiz kid recently come to a small town to study artificial intelligence at the local university. Okay. One of Paul's high-tech inventions is his pet creation, a growly-voiced robot named BB. And one of his new friends is the lovely girl next door, Samantha, Christy Swanson, recently seen in Pretty in Pink and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. When tragic events take both BB and Sam from him, the boy genius desperately sets out to restore the love he lost, and, like a modern-day Frankenstein, discovers too late that he has created a rampaging monster. For an experience packed with plenty of powerful jolts and a few playful jests, get together with a deadly friend. Even if you have not seen this movie, I'm sure many of you have seen the clip where she throws the basketball at Mama Fratelli's head and it explodes everywhere. That's a pretty famous clip that's been on the internet for quite a while. According to Wes Craven, there were a lot of people that tried to meddle in this film to make it a lot of different things. It was submitted like 13, 14 times to the MPAA for its ratings, and a lot of stuff got cut out. But I think in one of the more recent Blu-rays, all that stuff was put back in. It was a critical and financial flop, but it has definitely found its audience over the past 25 to 30 years. So it's definitely achieved that cult status. Deadly Friend.
Deadly Friend. She can't live without you.
For our second tape from Santa, we've got Slaughter High. Marty majored in cutting classmates, where the student body is going to pieces. Great cover on that. Take a trip through the halls of horror. There's horror in the halls, lynching in the lunchroom, murder in metal shop. Welcome to Slaughter High, where the students are dying to get out. Marty was the nerd everyone made fun of. All the jocks and pretty girls teased, taunted, and tortured him mercilessly. Things went too far when one of their jokes backfired, disfiguring Marty for life. It's 5 years later, and Marty is throwing a reunion for all his high school friends. Does he have a surprise for them? The prom queen, the jock, the class clown, the busybody, the rebel, and a few select others have all been invited to Marty's gala of gore. 5 years ago, Marty got mad. Now he's going to get even in one riot of a reunion. This came out in 1985, I believe, rated R. So it's got some great gore and deaths in it. A lot of people have done YouTube videos on this film. It's definitely one that's a must-see.
They say he still roams the nut house, ever hopeful of that chance to escape, so he can take his evil revenge out on us all.
Slaughter High was originally titled April Fool's Day, but there was another film out at that time called April Fool's Day, so they changed it. And this is also a British film, so there's some differences culturally between what April Fool's Day means. In the movie, it ends like at noon or something like that. Where here in the States, it's an all-day thing. The guy who plays Marty, Simon Scudmore, actually died of a drug overdose shortly after filming. In some of the later scenes, it's not him in the mask, it's the writer-director playing that part. This film stars Carolyn Monroe, and she was actually 36 when they taped this. 36 years old, playing a teenager. It was the 80s. Slaughter High.
Best Run Pictures presents Slaughter High.
Ooh, this one sounds interesting. We've got for our third film from Santa, Stage Fright. You can tell that this VHS sat on a shelf in the sun for some time. It's pretty faded, but this is a neat box. Folds out the bottom and the tape comes out. I always like interesting little things like that with the VHS covers. Stage Fright, starring Jenny Newman, Gary Sweet, Nina Landis, and directed by John Lamond. In the haunting and terrifying tradition of Sybil and the Three Faces of Eve, the stunning opening scene of our story shows a child named Kathy waving goodbye to her father as her mother drives her away. Later, she awakes to find a strange man in the car doing bad things with her mother. Ooh. She tries to stop them. The car crashes and her mother dies. A punishing guilt complex is born. Well, there's your inciting incident right there. It is now the present. A timid young actress named Helen has gotten a role in a major stage production of A Comedy of Death, and she's worried the tension will bring on her nightmares again. With the gentle persuasion of her actor boyfriend, her fears are quelled. But during rehearsals, the director prods her to really feel the part, and long dormant memories unleash a repressed and dangerous alien into her subconscious. Suddenly, a hideous chain of murders stalks the terrified cast, and an even more terrified Helen helplessly suspects the truth. As the production heads towards opening night, a rampaging Kathy has taken control. Be there as the curtain rises and the final nightmare begins. Wow, they gave enough away in that description, didn't they?
You have an evil tongue, Bennett.
Suits my evil mind.
This movie is considered an Ozploitation film, which means it's an exploitation film from Australia. A timid actress or a murderous psychotic, or both. The curtain rises on the final terrifying act. Stage Fright, an audition for death. We have come to our last present from Santa. Hopefully it's a good one. I think it is. It has a bow on it, so that makes it special. So let's find out what our final tape is. It looks like it's garbage day. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2. Prayers won't save you in the silent part of this night. That's weird. That word is so weird. Prayers won't save you in the silent part of this night. I think they're reaching with that. I think they're reaching with that copy. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2. The door of the mental hospital opens, releasing Ricky from its confines. He takes with him the terrifying memory of his brother Billy's death and the burning image of Mother Superior, the powerful figure that brought about his brother's violent demise. For Ricky, starting a new life means avenging his brother's death by whatever means necessary, whether it be the cutting edge of a shiny steel knife blade or the electrifying charge of a set of battery cables. Ricky is set in this blind journey of revenge, leading ultimately to Mother Superior. As Mother Superior prays in the dark, we suggest she say an extra prayer for herself, because not even her faith will be enough to stop Ricky. But prayers will do little for her in the silent part of this night. They're really trying to push that little play on words, and it's just not working. This is actually 2 films in one. You get to see the entirety pretty much of what happened in the first film, told through flashbacks, and then you get the second part, which is Ricky going on his rampage, where you get all the fun stuff with Garbage Day and all that kind of stuff.
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
And I found one little trivia thing on IMDb. Evidently someone took the time to count how many times Ricky's eyebrows go up and down, and the final count is 130. In case we needed to know that. Body count in this film is 22. I mean, when you put 2 horror films together, it's going to be a high body count, so. But this is definitely a Christmas classic. And it was heavily protested and banned when it first came out because people didn't want the image of Santa to be tarnished.
I've got a present for you!
Thus giving this film even more attention. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2. A must-see for your Christmas celebrations.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2.
Hey, you little bastard!
Well, that is going to do it for a Very VHS Christmas. I hope you enjoyed these titles. I thought this would be a fun little way to show you some of the cooler VHS that I have in my collection. But I just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. I will see you in 2020, and I will check you later.